Good morning, YouTube. I'm Teresa Robbins, writerrobbins.com. Check out my blog for new writer tips or just random writings about love and love gone wrong and all those fun things. Starting a YouTube channel as a workshop, because sometimes that chair and that computer for a writer can become the devil's playground. You want to avoid it at all costs for different reasons, whether it's fear of failure, fear of success, whatever inner demons you're chasing while you're writing, you'll meet them there. So it's very easy to avoid. So I thought maybe if we started a community of writers and we came together, even if it's just writing small projects just to kind of jumpstart you, we could help each other, get each other writing and keep each other writing and get us to that masterpiece that we've been dreaming of. If you like what you see here and if you have fun, please by all means like, subscribe, share with your friends, any new writers you know of. But let's just build a community in my little workshop in my basement and write together. I thought the first project should be a fun one. So we have St. Patrick's Day next weekend. What about a limerick? I've been practicing for a month and I still suck. So I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but we writers all have their special giftings, things that come naturally and things we really have to work at. And a limerick for me is something I really have to work at. So I wrote kind of a silly one this morning just to kind of jumpstart us. I'm going to cheat off my little computer here. And what I wrote was about a writer. Now, if you know anything about limericks, the first two lines rhyme. They're usually about 8 to 9 syllables. The fourth and fifth lines rhyme together, and they're usually about 5 or 6 syllables. And then the fifth line or stanza is the same as the first two. It rhymes with the first two lines, and it's about 8 or 9 syllables. This one is, a writer avoids their computer. It feels their writings will be neutered. So they keep them inside and buried alive and have no need for a computer. And that's what we don't want to happen, is not to have a need for a computer. Now, if I read a more famous one that's not written by me, you can get an idea. Usually they're lewd or dirty in nature, funny. The main thing is just make them funny. And I did a lot of research because I'm telling you, I struggled with this one. Poetry, I can write all day long. Lyrics, I can write all day long. But this, when you have to follow a set of guidelines, I struggle. There was a small boy of Quebec who was buried in snow to his neck. When they said, "Are you frizz?" he replied, "Yes, I is, but we didn't call this cold in Quebec." So you can just see they're silly, they're fun. Another thing you can do on for St. Paddy's Day are Irish blessings. When I visited Dublin in 2017, I loaded up my luggage with Irish blessings. And I know we've all heard the famous one, "May the road rise up to meet you and the sun always be on your back." The Irish are really good about writing blessings, and I think that's really another saintly angle you can take for St. Paddy's Day. So you could practice that too. There's many examples out there, but today I decided on the limerick. You can do the Irish blessing on your own if you want to, like for a friend or family member that you just want to send a positive greeting to. There's a lot of bad things going on in the world right now, a lot of hurting people, so no doubt somebody in your life could use a laugh. So maybe sometimes it helps to write when you're writing to someone, or if you have a subject matter. Sometimes it just gives you more focus so you're not all over the place, or at least that's my struggle. So, have someone in mind that's having a hard time right now and write something positive to them to cheer them up or lift them up. Just let them know you're thinking about them. But if we did a workshop today in a limerick and I had to think on the spot, it's gonna get ugly. I'm gonna grab my computer here because I wrote a few and they weren't very nice, but they might have been funny. I can read you one of those other works I did. Just might jumpstart you. A woman vowed to love forever. To win her man's heart she endeavored, until his eye roamed and took him from home. Then she plucked it out like heather. And if you have any insight to Ireland or Scotland, you'll know what heather is. It's a what is it? It's a plant or a flower or something, but it grows, must be wild, because I think it grows pretty rampant there. Another one, a woman met a man who cheated. She questioned him and it got heated. She threatened to kill. He let out a shrill, and now his man organs deleted. So those are my silly little attempts at limericks. But if I did one on the spot, this is going to be painful. In fact, you might just want to tune me out and start writing your own, because this is not pretty. So my first line has to be 8 or 9 syllables. I'm writing right now as you watch painfully. And then I'm going to literally use my fingers to count syllables. Got it. Okay, got the first stanza or line. Painful. I'm not saying my best writing is going to come out here, but it's fun. And it jumpstarts you to do things you really want to do. They're serious. Got it. Nine syllables. I can't believe. I think I'm starting to get the hang of this thing. You can actually start to, it's like a bouncy type of thing, like a sing-songy vibe. So you can actually start to hear the rhythm in your head and not even have to count syllables. But I'm still doing it just to make sure. Oh man, this was really sucks. Okay, I'm not going to oversell myself at all. I think I've done a pretty good job at minimizing your, your expectations of me. And the last line is supposed to tell a story, just so you know. And the last line can actually be a repeat of the first line, or it can summarize whatever you want it to do. I'm going to count my syllables and I'll read this silly thing. Did it, whoop whoop. Okay, so it's hard to write a limerick. In fact, you can feel like a mimic until it comes out and you no longer pout because you wrote a limerick. Bam, baby. So you can see where it can be a lot of fun to write and to create. And I think even if it's not what you want to do, a limerick or certain types of writing, I think it kind of relaxes you, like when you go to play basketball or run a race and you stretch out. Like I used to dance, so we did a lot of stretches, and I learned to stretch my back, especially because I had lower back issues. You stretch and you prepare your body, you prepare your muscles, right? So that you can win, so you can compete, so you can excel. It's the same thing with writing. Just think of these as little starter things to get your motor running, so to speak, and get you ready for the race so you can win. I look forward to your creations. Again, just go ahead and hit that like button if you liked what you saw. And the subscribe button, share it with your friends. Put your limericks in the comments. If they're dirty, I might just go, if they're too dirty for me. But just have a good time. And the main thing is just write. That's why I'm doing this. That's what this workshop is about. Let's just keep writing. Let's fight all those demons in our head that tell us we're not good enough, or we'll never learn this, or it's too hard and we don't know where it's going. Let's just fight all that together, and let's get back in the game of writing. Have a good day.